So there are two broad uses of Git. Okay, one is you do some work and you take a snapshot of that work. You do more work, you take another snapshot, and so on and so on. So at some point, you might decide to go back to a particular phase or stage of your work. Okay. Now the other use would be to collaborate with someone. Okay, so you're working away as a team member, and someone else is doing some work, and when they finish their work and you finish your work, you can merge the work together. Okay, so that is the collaborative part of Git. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a folder on my desktop, and I will try and mimic working alongside somebody. So I'm going to cd into my desktop and I will create some folders in there. Alright, so I have two folders. One is Kingsley for laptop and the other is Diana laptop. So what I'm going to do is work in Kingsley laptop folder. So if I open this up, we basically just have two folders in there. So that's fine. So the first thing we do within a folder that we want to manage using Git is to say Git Init. So what this does is it creates a .git, a hidden folder, and this is where Git would basically store every snapshot that we are going to be creating along the way. So let's see how this works. So Git has 3 stages. So at the moment, doing Git status says I have no commits yet on this branch. Okay. Now the first stage is the working directory. So that's basically the files that we are working with. Right now I have no files. Then it has a staging phase. Basically we say I've worked on these files, I want to commit them, but I'm going to put them in the staging area first, and then we can go ahead and commit those changes. So that's the third stage, the committed work. So now we're going to create a file called index.html. Alright, so what I've just done is create a file called index.html and open that up using Sublime. And I'm going to create the standard HTML structure. Alright, so this is what we have done so far. We just have a HTML file. And it just prints out, I love learning new things. So that's all we've done. Now, if we go back into our terminal, we can check Git status again. And we can see here we have untracked files in red, index. So what this is saying is we have work that we've done. If we delete this work, it's gone forever. Okay, so it's not staged, it's not committed, there's no snapshot of it. So let's see how we can move this from our working directory into our staging area. So Git does that simply by having, so by saying Git add index and enter, and then we can say Git status. Now it says we'll have a new file. So this is really good. So now we have a file in a staging area. If we go ahead and delete the index, it's actually staged and we can recover it. But at this stage, this work has not been committed yet. That snapshot has not been taken. So the final stage to commit this work is Okay, so what we do there is just basically say git commit and we give it a message. That's the commit message. So now if we do git status again, okay, it says here there's nothing to commit. The working tree is clean. So now we have a snapshot of the work. So there's a new command we could use, Git Log. So this basically tells us that we have work committed on there. So if you click on Git Log one line, gives you the same information but in one line. So we have our commit hash there, and this is the work, the snapshot that we have. So what we've done basically is we've written some work, index.html, and we've taken a snapshot of that index of that work that we've done. Okay, so what we now want to do is edit our work. So I'm going to add a new paragraph to the index. Alright, so what we've done is just create an edited version of our index and save the work onto that. And we can go ahead and check this out. And our work is back to not staged. So it's gone back to index to say that we have some changes that are not committed yet. Okay, so to go through that process, we'll do the same things. We can say git add dot, we add everything, or git add index to be more specific. Okay, so now we've staged the work, we can go ahead and commit that work. Alright, so git status now says we have no more changes. So if I do git log one line, you can see we have two changes in there. The first one was working on index file, the second was updated index. Git also comes with a very basic interface, git k. Alright, so this basically gives us a graphic, a very basic graphics of what we've done. We can have two dots here. The first one is that this one down here, completed initial work on index file, and this is the second work. So now we have two snapshots. Something we might want to do is maybe we made a mistake and we wanted to add a bit more change before the last commit. To fix that, we can basically go into our code, add some change to that, git add dot, which basically says add everything that we've done to the staging area. So git amend, so that basically is saying I want to update my last commit and add these changes to it. So here we have to do shift colon and then WQ. So write and quit down below and enter. And as you can see here, we have still two snapshots. So what we did was edit the last snapshot and add more information to that one line. Okay guys, so that's it for this lesson. In the next video, we are going to look at what happens when we mess up our code and we want to revert things back to the way they were in the last commit, in the last snapshot. So we'll go through that in the next video. So I'll see you in the next video.